All right. Our next question is I'm seeing a lot of this online where people are putting together really fancy looking ceremony sound systems. And Dan, this is something you've worked with. So let's dig into that. Do we need to create a very fancy ceremony sound system for our wedding ceremonies this summer?
Need or should? I think that's the big question. So when you say need, no, and because I think there's 1,000 DJs out there who basically have a speaker, have a laptop connected, and they have their wireless receiver plugged in, and they make it work, and there's never been an issue. So need, no, but should you? Yes. I'm a big believer. People are there for the wedding. People are there to see the ceremony, right? That's the whole purpose. Without the ceremony, the party is just a party, and for two people, right? So because you have the ceremony, it becomes important. There's also, I feel like, so many unknowns with ceremonies now because of the outdoors. You've got wind noise you got take into effect. You've got just ambient noise of being outside. You're trying to reach a farther or larger group than you would if you were just in a room. So there's so many little nuances. I firmly believe that you need to have a powerful system, something that gives you frequency control that's over your microphones. What I mean by that is, as far as like EQ, if you're getting feedback, you can pull it out. My personal, I have a PreSonus Studio Live 16R. It's a one unit rack space digital mixer that I can control with my laptop or with my iPad. I will put on the lavalier mic because I'm doing this by myself, walk up to where the groom and the officiant are going to be standing, and I start talking, and using my iPad, I can figure out, okay, I'm hearing myself in the, I'm starting to feedback. All right, so we'll pull that frequency back, and I can ring out the system from where I'm at. I don't have to be back by my speaker or back by my booth to try and finagle it just the right way. I also have taken it a step further. I used to believe that you put the speakers in the back, right? You're standing in the back, you put the speakers in the back. That's the farthest from the officiant, and so therefore those are the people who kind of need to hear it the best or the most, I guess. And I've kind of shifted that philosophy of, it should be coming from the front because that's where this voice is coming from. And so rather than kind of getting this slap back, especially for the people in the middle, by putting it in the front, you're shooting out. It also makes the whole feedback issue a heck of a lot better and easier to manipulate because the speaker's not coming at the person who's wearing the microphone. So I invested in a Sennheiser in-ear monitor system that I send my signal wirelessly to my Bose that I have sitting at the front. And so I've made it all battery powered. They're battery powered speakers, battery powered send, the whole 9 yards. And so as a result, it gives me a lot more control. It gives me a lot more placement of where, in my viewpoint, the sound should come from. Yes, it was very expensive for something that lasts half an hour. It's not what we're really known for, right? We're known for rocking the party, but I will tell you, I've gotten more compliments from guests and officiants, as well as couples and their families, over what they heard at a ceremony than I have over cocktail music or dinner music or these other things that sometimes we tend to focus on needing to improve as the DJ.
Mm-hmm. I want to throw a statistic in there that I heard today, and it's so funny that you started your thing off, Dan, with need or want. And I think that's an important thing to look at, with the past couple of years that we've had. You have to evaluate, is this something I really want? Or do I need? Are things going to be picking up? But Forbes just did an article that said that in 2022, there are more weddings scheduled in the United States than any other year since 1984. So there is a big surgence boom on weddings this year. They said that, that there are some that are part of that micro or what do they call them? Mini.
No, micro wedding. You're right there.
No, micro wedding and MINIMONIES. Mini monies. That would be it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're labeling that, but that's a good thing that Dan's talking about, two different size systems, that that one that you may use for just the ceremony that can be used for one of those mini monies in the future. But it is back, so that is something to think about. Need or want, you might be getting back to the need as opposed to the just want.
We'll also say that this was something I built a little by little by little, right? I didn't jump right into saying, okay, I'm going to have all this stuff and I'm going to do all these pieces. But I started putting little things together and going, okay, I've got this. All right, now, what do I want to do differently? Okay, now I want to be able to send my sound, and I was only using one speaker for a while, and then it was like, okay, now I want to do two, and now that I'm doing two, I need a different type of audio send to make it be able to go evenly to both sides, right? I can't just patch it together with a Sennheiser stick and a belt pack. Like I needed to be able to make it consistent, and so it took some time. It took some, I had some things built into my main rig that I said, you know what, if I don't use this all the time, so I can take this, put it in its own box, put it in its own case, and put it with my ceremony. And then if I need to take it over for my reception, I can. My reception can still run, but I can add this into it while the other thing is running. And so that's one of the other things that I've kind of worked with to make it, to kind of take that to that next step, that next level.
Yeah, that's a great mixer, by the way. The 16.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I will say the only thing that I wish it had, and this is where I would, if I was going to give a plug for something, I love the size of it, and that's why I went with the one that I did. I am a fan of the QSC TouchMix, even though I've never used the TouchMix 8, I think, because it has the ability for touch controls, right? If your iPad for some reason loses signal or overheats, right, we're outside and everything else, it doesn't have the ability to do that. I didn't opt for that because I wanted the size, and I haven't had that issue, knock on wood, but that it would be something to consider if you are, but it's also a lot more expensive too.
As far as ceremony system goes with myself, I kind of was, I would echo what Robin said, the keeping it simple. I don't have a dedicated, when I need the parts that I need, I put them together and we go with it. And we'll dig into this a little bit more with a future question coming down our list. So, gentlemen, let's jump to the next question.